Hello, Jason.
Brother, man. Zach, how you doing, man?
Dude, what the fuck is going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just hanging out for tomorrow's show. I do have a guest with me on your show. I got Johnny Noise from the band Morning Noise.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
What the fuck is going on, man?
Man, what the fuck? How you been?
We're fucking good, dude. Just sitting here drinking some beers and jamming these fucking tunes, man. Man, fucking Sugar Virus, dude. What the fuck, man?
We kind of come out of left field with everybody because nobody knows who we are or what we sound like, and then we go play live shows. This is what I love the most. You know, you don't know what the fuck we sound like. Nobody knows who the hell we are, and then somebody invites us to their event or their fest or whatever, and then we fuck it up, and they're like, "What the fuck just happened?" And I said, "I love that feeling. I love that." We get out there and start playing, and they have no idea what to expect. And they're just like, what the hell?
We know who the fuck you are, man. Fucking, I know who you are, dude. Like, hey, I've been spinning that fucking record for fucking, I don't know how long, man. Since Robert Pilson sent it over to me, man, fucking decades ago, dude. Like, well, maybe not that long, but yeah, man, a long time ago, man. And you just sent me that box set the other day, too, man, with fucking like 10 fucking CDs and DVDs and all kinds of shit. I haven't had the time yet to sit down and go through it all, but like I was opening it up and I was like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious, man?
Oh yeah. I started it as a punk band back in 92. And I just kept on going, and you know, over the years your musical taste kind of changed and you kind of evolve. I was a kid, you know, 15 years old, just kind of going at it. And you know, your musical tastes evolve, and you kind of evolve, and you start going off in other things. And you know, I kind of got a flavor of old school thrash metal, like Billy Milano's voice and M.O.D.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I grew up listening to all that stuff, and then doom metal kind of hit you in the chest, you know, and old school Black Sabbath and all that. So I said, well, I'm going to do. I still love the horror punk stuff, but everybody says, oh yeah, you know, you started out with the Misfits, and I go, no, I didn't actually. Sam Hain was actually my band. That was the one that.
Oh yeah. That
was the band for me. I like the Misfits; they were great, but they just weren't fucking Sam Hain. It was tribal. I love that shit. Man. And then there was M.O.D. and fucking Black Sabbath, you know, and then my dad listened to fucking Elvis. He hated the Beatles and loved Elvis, so that's where I was at. I was in that position where it was like Jim Morrison and Elvis, and we stayed the fuck away from the Beatles. And I just, you know, that's what my dad kind of put in me. So, thrash punk, horror punk, and the band evolved into this doomy horror punk thrash shit, and it's just fucking all over the place, and I love it.
Man, well, we love Elvis in this house, obviously, because fucking Tennessee, man. Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
But then also. Danzig too, man. Like, that's a huge fucking thing around here, man. All the stuff, man. All the classic records, the Sam Hain stuff, Misfits, all that shit, dude. Like, yeah, man. November Coming Fire, man. That was that record, man.
I'm gonna send you all my. I'm gonna send you some stuff in the mail soon. You're gonna freak the fuck out because I got Glenn's permission to do Glenn Danzig tribute albums. And I did a Misfits Glenn Danzig tribute album, a Sam Hain and Danzig, and they're almost completely done. The first two are done. Danzig one is a little bit slow. I got to redo the drums.
That is so bad.
Yeah, they sound fucking crazy,
dude. That's really fucking cool, man. But you know what? That is really cool that you're doing that and that you're carrying the torch, because that kind of stuff needs to be fucking heard, man. Like, there's just so much good music in there, man. Like, it really is.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was gonna ask you about, like, well, I mean, tell us about your musical upbringing. Like what got you into doing what you're doing now, from the very start, like to where you are now. Like,
there was a hippie guy that was hanging out with our family when I was growing up, when I was a kid. And like, I was 4 or 5 years old, and he was playing guitar and stuff. And I never played guitar, but I really got into that kind of just the vibe of I say hippie stuff. I'm really talking like Doors kind of stuff, you know,
Yeah.
That kind of those
Jim
beats,
Morrison, man.
you know. Yeah, and that's where I kind of fell in love with it. My dad's more honky tonk than anything else. He loved all the old country artists and the honky tonk stuff. So that's kind of it as well. Of course, I rebelled against that. I was like, I hate this shit, you know. But actually, fucking, it's weird, man. It's like now when I hear certain songs play, like old Hank songs play,
yeah.
I think of my dad. I'm like, holy shit, these songs are fucking amazing. You know, it's crazy.
They
it's
are,
crazy
man.
what hits you.
They're classics, dude. Yeah.
And then going to school, it was basically just listening to, you get hooked on Metallica and thrash metal, a lot of the old punk stuff, Black Flag, early West Coast stuff, some of the East Coast stuff, and then, hardcore kind of comes into your life when hardcore starts hitting. And that would be early, late 80s, early 90s. And I don't know, I never looked back. I was like, fuck. I started out as a bass player, and the vocalist that we had, every day at practice, he would come up with an excuse why he couldn't sing. And so I just took the mic away from him and handed him the bass, and that was pretty much it. So I've been doing that since 92.
Hell yeah, man.
Crazy.
Man, you know what? I remember being a kid and getting into Metallica and seeing all the pictures, and they always had the fucking Danzig and Misfit shirts on and stuff, but none of the radio stations were really playing that kind of stuff back then, and so, like, there was no really way to know what it sounded like, but I was always intrigued by it just because I saw the pictures of, I was like, if they're supporting that, it must be fucking cool.
Yeah, and then and also, if you remember, any kind of magazine you'd pick up had some kind of visual artwork of Misfits or Sam Haines, something there, and that also kind of sparked you. That sparked me. I was like, what the fuck is this? Cool logos, cool designs, cool fonts.
Yeah. I remember I was sitting on the school bus, and I was listening to fucking Judas Priest in my fucking headphones. And this kid sitting next to me was like, hey, man, you need to fucking listen to Danzig. That's what I listen to, man. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, because I don't know. At the time, it just seemed like that was such an, it seemed like an evil fucking, like, dark thing that I just didn't know anything about or understand yet. But so it piqued my interest and my curiosity, and I went and checked it out. And then not long after that, they started playing Mother and Twisted Cane and stuff like that on their local college radio station that I was listening to at the time. And I was just blown away. I was fucking like, what the fuck, man? This is badass. But it was years later that I actually went to a record store and just bought a Misfits tape just for the hell of it. And I didn't even know what it was going to sound like. And then when I listened to it, immediately listening to, like, the drum beats and stuff, like the way that it sounded, I totally could see the connection with, like, those first Metallica albums. Really, I don't think a lot of people talk about that or notice that, but, like, if you listen to Kill 'Em All and stuff like that, the way that Lars was playing the drums, some of that stuff really definitely, it sounds like you can tell that they were listening to a lot of that.
Oh, most definitely. And of course, Burton was like heavily influenced, man. That was his favorite run right there. Man, he loved that shit so much. He was always pushing it on people.
Well, speaking of all that, man, you've got this huge thing coming up. You're singing for fucking John Christ, doing fucking Danzig fucking songs, Sam Haines songs, Misfits. What the fuck, man? Tell us about this. How did this happen?
So, I've got a lot of stuff out as far as me just doing like Misfits and Sam Hain and Danzig stuff. And John's just coming down originally just to do a convention down here. And, if you've seen him do his live stuff online, if you go YouTube it or whatever, you'll see him do, it's kind of like a jam band kind of thing. There's really nothing to it. He'll go up there and do some Hendrix or whatever. And so they were putting on a couple shows locally around the convention, so he can just go out and do stuff. And they asked me to come in and sing. Because my voice is all over. You can go listen to me on YouTube singing Misfits, Sam Hain and Danzig stuff, and then our stuff. And so it was a good blend to come out and do that. And then we got to talking about it and actually taking it seriously, because he wants to actually try and get back with Glenn. That was the original idea, I believe. And John does his own thing, same as Erie. Erie does his own thing. But there was an issue where somebody got in touch with him and told him that he wasn't allowed to do that, and so he basically gave him the middle finger and said, "Fuck you, I'm doing this anyway." He basically said, "Go fuck yourself." And so now we're going full steam with it. And this is basically, the shows in your area are basically just a test run to see how this works. See if it's going to be doable or not.
Well,
but it's just a big middle finger is all this is.
Man, I've been seeing it all over the news, the metal news and everything everywhere, and it's no surprise because, I think I'm not the only one that fucking feels this way, but like those albums that John played on were some of the best, that's really where the sound was. Like, nothing against the other guys that joined later on, but like,
well, Steve is actually my boy John's cousin right here, so you can talk as much shit, I guess, as you want to. So Steve Zing is actually Johnny Noise's cousin.
Steve Zing. Oh, that's
the bass player,
that produced the record for Incognito Theory, right?
I'm not sure. He's got a studio back in Jersey.
Yeah,
he's playing bass for Glenn now, but he played drums and bass. He did both, kind of back and forth.
He was the original drummer for Sam Hain.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm friends with the guys from Incognito Theory, and they've been talking all about Steve Zing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, he does. There's so much stuff going on right now, and with me being out, I'm in Alabama now, and everybody's up in Jersey, so you kind of get stuff secondhand sometimes,
Well, hell yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, like I was saying though, like those records where John plays on, man, like the sound is just, there's something special about it. The way that he didn't have it overly distorted, like it was like it had that kind of AC/DC kind of thing where it was like just fucking balls to the wall volume, but
yeah, there hasn't been another guitar player in that lineup that can hit that, and I love Tommy Prong. He's an awesome guitar player.
Oh yeah,
and he's a really good guy, but he'll tell you straight up he can't do that. It's just something that John does. That's a part of who he is,
man.
It's just who he is,
That bluesy feel that he puts into it, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It's so unique, and that was one of the biggest things I think about that band. That lineup at the time. That's really really cool that he's doing this, and I don't know, man. That's just amazing. You're fucking singing for him.
Yeah, we're gonna do. I don't know if you saw the set list, but I had to pull the set list because he wanted to kind of keep it a surprise. So I pulled the set list, but we're doing a ton of stuff on there. But we've talked about going in. It's so funny because Steve Zing your cousin just chimed in on the Snap thing there. It's so funny. We're sitting here talking, and Steve just sent us a message. So John actually wants to, if it works out somewhere down the road, to go back and do a lot of the old stuff that was never released through Danzig. So, because he that's all his stuff, the stuff that Glenn didn't want to do. So maybe we go back and let me redo some or put lyrics to some stuff.
Oh my god!
And kind of see where it goes. And I've already heard this stuff, and it's fucking ridiculous. I don't understand why it wasn't on Lucifuge. I don't understand why it was on Danzig 3. Some of this stuff is so fucking good, man. I'm just like, I'm salivating. I can't wait to get my hands on this stuff and go to town on this stuff. So, but we're having to do, he's having to deal with some stuff. And there's going to be backlash, and it's okay. I mean, a little bit of conflict. I think it'll help everybody out. I mean,
Hey, man, it's all good for publicity, man. You know, like, I mean, that shit, you know, the fucking media loves that shit. They eat it up, man. It'll be all over fucking, all the main fucking websites and stuff, man. You already know, man. Like, that's the key, man. You know, like, do that, and, hopefully people show up, man. Fucking, I know you guys are playing somewhere really close here pretty soon, man. We're hoping we can fucking make it out to that, too.
Yeah, man, it's going to be unbelievable. We're going to put on a good show. That's all I can tell you. And I'm going to do my best to stay. See, I don't try and sound like Glenn. My voice just happens to be that range, and I use it as my advantage. You know, I'm going to make, because I enjoy these songs. I love these songs, so I'm not going to fuck them up. I'm going to come in and swoon and do all my Killer Wolf and do all my stuff, you know, the way you guys want to hear it, because that's how I want to hear it, you know. So I'm just gonna have a good time. So it's not gonna be me trying to sound like Glenn. You know, you hear all these bands out there that do like Danzig. I'm not knocking Danzig, true bands or cover bands, but you know what I mean. They try to sound like him. They try to sound kind of Elvis-y and all that, and I don't have to do that. I can literally just go out there and just sing, and I'm going to hit everything I need to hit.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. Like you were in the pocket, dude. Like you're doing it, man. Like there's just, you know, the more and more I listen to Sugar Virus and I hear different things in there, and I think about it in my mind, and I'm like, yeah, I try to imagine you doing those songs, because I haven't heard any of that yet. But
oh, you will. I'm going to send you some stuff. I'm about to blow you away.
I can imagine, man. I want to see it fucking live, man. I want to be there in front of the stage banging my head, dude.
You played Kali before he came on.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice my voice, I have clean and then I have really rough. You know, where I kind of growl and really scream, kind of get it out there. That's one go. That's not me doing clean stuff first and then going back and doing the rough stuff. I do all that in one run, so I do all that live too, like that. Billy Milano is like one of my favorite fucking vocalists too, so I kind of have a bit of that in me as well. So it's kind of it's kind of weird. It's kind of like I love this whole Danzig, Caius, because I love the Caius flow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I've got Billy Milano kind of flow, MOD kind of style, you know what I mean, with thrash. So that's what our feel is right now, and it feels really good. And just doomy. We got a lot of doomy stuff and a lot of light stuff and a lot of heavy stuff. And man, that's what I was telling folks in the chat room earlier when we were playing that song. I was like, you know, it's got like the punk fucking feel of that. Of those bands, but at the same time, it's also got the sludge feel of like Southern fucking doom, you know, like fucking, you know, the fucking I Hate God and fucking Crowbar and stuff like that, you know, like it's got a little bit of that in there too as well. It's just, I guess you can't fucking you can't escape that. I mean, you're down here, you're in Georgia, so you're a part of it. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I grew up just down the street from the big house, Allman Brothers' house. And so I've been exposed to the comings and goings of everybody associated with them. And that's kind of like who I grew up with. The people that, you know, our first album and our last album, I'm sorry, not our last album, but we were the last band to record at Phoenix Sound before they shut it down. And then they just recently reopened it. The old Capricorn recording studios. They did the Allman Brothers stuff. We recorded our first 2 albums there, and then we were the last ones to record there. They were going through all kinds of money issues, and Skip Slaughter, who was the engineer who used to record those guys, kindness of his heart would let us come down there like around midnight when everybody was done, and he would just do me a really cheap rate, just because he knew, you know, we didn't have any money for one, but he would let us come in because he liked it. He liked what we were doing. He was like, hey, you know, nobody's doing punk rock. Nobody's really doing this stuff. So after midnight, after everybody was gone, we would sneak down there and fucking record all our stuff. And honestly, if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't have been able to move as much as we have, because nobody would really give us any studio time. We didn't know how to record shit on our own. It was, you take 2 tape decks and record a little bit on one, and then you record the second one, and then you try to do it. You play it back, and you try to, you know how it is. When you're a kid, you just try to do anything you can to record some shit. And yeah, it's crazy. The South really, the Southern influence really helped out a lot.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. And you know what? The scene down here is it's booming, man. It's exploding at a fucking insane fucking rate, dude. It's crazy, man. Like, people around here they're hungry for it, man. They need it.
Yeah, I can't wait to give it to them.
Hell yeah, man. I know we've been in talks about you guys possibly bringing this to the Tennessee Metal Devastation Music Fest. Nothing's been decided or anything like that, so I can't say anything like that, but I'm just going to say, dude, fucking that would be fucking awesome, man. I'm just going to say it.
Trust me, I fucking know. I fucking know, man. We had a rehearsal last weekend, and everybody was just grinning from ear to ear, and I'm just like, this is just so stupid. This is crazy. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, dude. These people around here would fucking lose their fucking shit, man.
Yeah, man. Just some of the stuff we were doing. I was grilling. We were crushing Twist of Cain. I was just like, this is just fucking surreal, man. I don't understand what the hell I'm doing in this room, man. This is crazy. Holy shit.
What was that like, man? Like, jamming those songs and doing rehearsals like that. Like, tell us about that, man. Like, what are some of the feelings going through your mind when you're doing that?
Fuck, dude. It's not real. You know what I mean? It's not. This is crazy. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just not real. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know. I also auditioned for the Misfits years back too. I did that back in 2000. I went and played the Electric Factory with them, and that was when I had Marky Ramone on drums, had Dez playing guitar, Doyle was on guitar, Goat from Murphy's Law was playing drums. Him and Marky were swapping out on drum duties. Jerry and then me, and that was a fucking experience. That was amazing. All
kinds of punk royalty right there, man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy. You can actually go online and see that. I got somebody videotaped the audition, so it's online. You can go type in Jason Virus Misfits and that show'll pop up. And then the live show with me singing's on there somewhere too.
Hell yeah.
But I had long hair back then, but it's definitely, it's me. Just got long hair. I cut all my hair now, but.
Yeah, you're also a fucking fireman too, man. I saw you posting some stuff about that. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, you want to hear that? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. June 19th, 2004, I was downtown, and I got shot in the chest. Had some guy randomly shoot me right in the chest. I had a 380 pass through my quarter inch away from my heart. Went into missed all the bone, went in between my ribs, into my lung, out my lung, and out my back. And the fire department were the first ones to show up. And so, they took care of me. The medics came. They rushed me to the hospital. I was dead for like 3 minutes. They got me back up and running. Spent a year in recovery. And I told my dad, I was like, yeah, if I make it out of here, I'm going to be a firefighter. And of course, they all laughed at me. They were like, oh, okay, yeah, you can be a firefighter, whatever. And so I spent like 2 years trying to get in. And I got, a few rejection letters, but they finally gave me a shot, and I've been doing it since late 2007, and no turning back. I love it.
Wow, that is a cool fucking story, man. Like, holy fuck, dude, you're like a fucking you're a miracle, man. Like, the fact that you're able to still be here, like, that's crazy, man. I'm not religious or anything like that. I don't mean. But that's cool, man. Like, that's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's not many people get a story like that, and I mean, I'm just glad I'm here, able to say, tell you that, because it could have gone the other way.
Well,
I was lucky enough. I was lucky enough for there to be a hospital literally around the damn corner.
Holy
that's
shit.
the dog.
That's Cujo. That's Cujo, yes.
Well, fucking firefighters are cool, man. Like, I don't know what kid didn't watch fucking Backdraft and fucking, like, sit around and dream about actually doing that. You know, like, that's a crazy fucking gig, man. And that's something where you're definitely, you're putting your life on the line, but you're helping people and you're saving folks, you know, and that's cool.
Well, the other thing is, it's an adrenaline rush, and I didn't really realize how addictive it is. Singing in a band, screaming, or fighting fires, and doing the high adrenaline rush, going into burning buildings and all that. I'm telling you, man, it's a release. So if I wasn't doing, I would have to do. Okay, my downtime is like my music and my firefighting are the same kind of outlet. It's weird to explain, but it's a release. Like me on stage, I gotta have it, or I'll go fucking nuts. I'd probably be a fucking serial killer. Same thing with firefighting. I gotta have it, or I don't know what I would be. You know, if I didn't have, it's just release. I don't know.
Yeah, I totally understand, man. That is cool as fucking fuck, man.
And I also sing for two other bands that most people don't know about, and they're really good. They're out of New Zealand. One's called Slave Thing, and the other one's called Pumpkin Kings. And those guys are in a band called man, what's the other band they're in? They're going to hear this and they're going to hate me. I can't think of the damn name. I drew a damn blank. I feel like a fucking idiot.
It's going to hit you after.
It's going to hit me after, yeah.
They're going to be like, you motherfucker.
Yeah. But go check out Pumpkin Kings and Slave Thing. They're online too, man. Good bunch of guys. Man, I feel like an idiot now. I can't even think of it. Holy shit. But yeah, so you're going to come out to the show and hang out with us. So we're definitely going to see you there.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. You guys are playing in Alabama, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Hold on one second. I'll give you the dates.
That's the one that I'm looking at, man. I already seen the event on Facebook.
That's one in Birmingham?
Yeah, March 8th, True Story Brewing in Birmingham. March 9th, the Brickyard Bar in Knoxville. And then March 10th at Rocks Class Live, Cave City, Kentucky. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then John's doing the Vet City Convention in Bowling Green, Kentucky. That's March 11th.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, you know what? I also wanted to ask you about fucking Robert, man, with NoSlip Records. Like, how did you guys get hooked up with that, man? Because that fucking record is fucking beautiful, man. The artwork on that thing, the fucking vinyl, the whole package is just amazing.
Yeah, he's such a passionate guy about all the music he loves. And so I was about to release our second, because that's our second full-length album. Even though I've done tons of albums, that's our second full-length. And we have run into each other on and off at shows here or there. And I don't know if I mentioned it to him, or he found out. They knew that I was going to be releasing my second album soon, and he wanted to be a part of it, and he's real passionate about it, and he's such a good guy. And I'm like, okay, and he has some really good ideas, and he wanted to do it with a good visual and really, really eye-catching stuff. Mm-hmm. And so, and me, I'm not cheapskate, but I try to do everything, inexpensively, so I can just go ahead and knock it out and move on to the next. And he wanted to put a little more time and effort into it. And I said, fuck it, let's do it, So that's what we did. We got together, and he had all these really great ideas. And, yeah, man, it came together very well. And we're finished with the third full length. And we've got the artwork for that, same artist and everything. And it's kind of an attachment to the second album. So it's the same wolf character with the tentacles, but he's actually fighting Cthulhu in the ocean. It's a fucking amazing cover.
Hell yeah.
And then the third album's going to have these giant King Kong creatures coming from outer space and flying saucers. And they're going to be fighting those two characters. So I've kind of got a theme going, and it's brutal. It's going to be really brutal.
Is that going to be on NoSlip, or are you shopping for another label? Because I know he's been talking about shutting down the fucking label because he's going more into a rockabilly type thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've actually been talking to Brian from Cleopatra Records, and he was actually interested in it. And I'm going to see what I want to do after this whole John thing, because I'm just I want to feel this out and see where this is going, because originally the 3 tribute albums that I did for Glenn, they went to Glenn, he approved them, and then I was going to wait and see if, because Brian from Cleopatra can't release anything unless Glenn gets Glenn's approval. So I was going to wait, and I might do the tribute albums first through Cleopatra, and then come back and do our third full length through them, or I might not. I don't know. I might just do it on my own. I haven't really figured that out yet. I'm really excited about this whole John thing, so I'm just kind of waiting. John Christ, Snakes of Christ, man. I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's do this, man. This is awesome. Is
there any possibility of a Snakes of Christ album?
Negative.
No,
that won't happen because there's a certain somebody in there who would shut that down in a heartbeat.
Well, fuck. But
he who cannot be named.
Well, the live shows will be fucking worth it, you know.
Yeah, and these might be the only live shows. This might get shut down. We've had a few conversations and a few threats thrown our way, so we don't really know what's going to happen after these shows. So if we get letters in the mail, we have 30 days to respond. And of course, the shows are like 20 days. So, I mean, we won't even have to reply to those until after the show. So we're just playing it by ear. John's really smart. He's a damn professor in music. So, you know, and I agree with him. Nobody should tell him he can or can't play his own damn music. I think that's kind of silly. I think if he wants to play his own songs, he should be able to, you know. So I was 100% with him on that. I was like, you know, you want to give a middle finger? I'm with you 100%. You want to start some waves or whatever? I'm with you. Shit, I'm in it. I'm down.
Well, hopefully somebody will fucking record that shit live, man.
Oh, we're gonna record it live. We're gonna record all that stuff.
There you go.
But,
fucking
yeah.
live record, man. Live bootleg record.
Oh, you're talking about bootleg? Oh, yeah. I'm not saying I'm doing that.
YouTube, man. You know, fucking people with their cell phones and shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a crew that works for Glenn, and they shut all that shit down when it hits YouTube.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, they shut it down quick.
God damn it. All right, well, I guess I'm about out of questions for you, man. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
If you are in the central Georgia area, tomorrow night, we have a huge fucking show in Macon, Georgia at Hargraves Capitol Theater, downtown Macon. We've got 4 bands and then us. It's going to be a good show. A lot of metal, a lot of energy, tons of cool people, tons of cool, sexy women. Can't ask for anything better than that. Alcohol, sexy women, and kick-ass music. Downtown Macon, Georgia.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I've got my buddy here, John. He's gonna do some songs with us tomorrow for Morning Noise, and
yeah, it should be kick-ass, man.
Yeah,
pretty good.
And he's got his own project he's working on. But you guys been doing Morning Noise. When did you guys start Morning Noise?
Back in probably 79 to 80.
Yeah, they've been doing this for a long time, and they've played with some of the heavy hitters in New York and Jersey area as well back in the 80s.
Nice. Well, definitely send me some links, man, so we can share that shit out and fucking check it out, man.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, Jason, before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag?
Yeah.
All right, man. Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Jason from Sugar Virus, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
This is Jason Virus from Sugar Virus, and you're listening to Devastation Radio.
Metal Devastation Radio.
You're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah.
Hey now.
I'll do it again.
Take two.
Take two.
Hi. You're listening to Jason Virus from the band Sugar Virus, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
There you go, brother. Hell
All
yeah,
right.
man. Hey, man, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, dude. I really appreciate it, man. Fucking can't tell you how much, dude.
Dude, I love you too, man. I can't wait to get together. I think it's going to be a blast.
Hell yeah, man. We fucking love it, dude. I can't wait to bang my head at the front of the stage to wherever the hell you're going to play, man, because I want to see it, man.
Oh, yeah, and I'm gonna send you some stuff that nobody's ever going to get their hands on, and then I'm going to send you tomorrow's show as well, because we're gonna videotape it, audio it, and all that stuff, so I'll get you that too. We're going to have good quality, too. I got a good quality sound guy who actually just showed up. He's going to record the whole thing, so, yeah.
That is fucking sick, dude. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no problem. All
right, well, what I'm going to do now is going to blast some more Sugar Virus for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Hell yeah, appreciate it, brother.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later, dude.
All right, man. Peace out. Man.
Cheers. There you have it, folks. Jason Virus from the band Sugar Virus, live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, man, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them in your neighbor's driveway. If you're living in the basement, duct tape your speakers to the fucking ceiling. If you're in the attic, put your speakers in the floor. If you're in the back of a fucking Uber car or a taxi or a bus, take your fucking earbuds out of your fucking ears and crank your fucking little cell phone as loud as it'll fucking go, man. If you don't fucking see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, if you don't have fucking problems with cops and shit, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you are not cranking it up loud enough like we are, man. Seriously, man. These motherfuckers go to 11. Make them go to 11. Crank it up. This is Sugar Virus.